So that's a question that was asked of me today, and I'm sticking with my topic and my question and my discussion today. So the question was asked to me, Pastor Google, you think that we were safer under former Commissioner Gary Griffith, who took office in 2018? All right, former Commissioner Gary Griffith took office when? Yes, so get here. So on August the 6th, 2018, the police commissioner, the police commissioner of Trinidad and Tobago appointed the appointment of Gary Griffith as the new commissioner of police of Trinidad and Tobago Service, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Mr. Griffith received his letter of appointment on Friday the 3rd of August 2028 as the new commissioner, right? So the person asked me, from 2028 till 2020, were we safer? Were we safer under Gary Griffith? Was our murder toll, was it lower? And did you feel safe and comfortable under former Commissioner Gary Griffith? That was the question asked to me. And I said I wanted to ask you, the listeners of the Street 919 FM. I wanted to ask you all that question. So, what I want to do, I'm going to all right, so what I want to do, I'm live on Facebook, and I believe I'm live on YouTube. So I want you all to join me on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's have this discussion. And what I'm going to do in the interim, while I'm taking your calls, I will be showing you, I'll try my best to show you what was happening under Mr. Griffith's tenure. Now, if you don't have the facts, stay away from the discussion, because I'm pulling up the facts in front of me. I'm pulling up the information in front of me. So you may have felt safer, somebody is saying, but the reality is, were you really safe? What was the murder toll under Mr. Griffith's tenure? Anybody can tell me? From 2028 till 2020 or 2021 thereabouts. What was the murder toll? Right? Gary Griffith, former commissioner. Did you feel safer under former Commissioner Gary Griffith? What made you feel safer? The talk or the numbers? 342-0081 466-5391. Remember, you can send me your voice notes on 771-1791. Some have two callers on the line. So callers, I'm coming to you. I want you to tell me, did you feel safer under former Commissioner Gary Griffith? Our murder toll in 2022, as we speak, is 55 persons murdered. And if you want, I can pull up for you our murder tolls from, let's say, we'll go as far back as 2010 to now. All right? Let's go. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Pastor Google. You're saying 2028, and reach it.
No, I said 2020. Maybe my tongue tying up. 2020.
All right, then. Okay, then. But what I am saying, if anybody commit murder, the commissioner of police don't tell them to commit everything, because they're not the murderer, not living in the police house, in the commissioner's house. So let us think about ourselves as parents. Okay then.
Thank you very much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Pastor Google. Could I speak to you up here for just a second?
Time to stand up and be counted. We must defeat this threatless mountain. We cannot wait for no Messiah. Like zero fiddling through the fire. But while the flames we keep romancing, the grim reaper keeps advancing across the land. It casts his shadow, slashing victims to the marrow. The time is now. Look how the price we pay in don't steep. Why some labor keep you in the world and we have to reap. We need a fresh new broom for a broad crime sweep. Must stop this world and we have to reap.
All right. So I'm back with you, Trent. We're back to the phone lines. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Pastor Google.
Good morning. Yeah, morning, caller.
Morning, sir. I don't think I'm how to put it, have any great respect in that sense for Gary Griffith. What I may have is more of a fear for Gary Griffith. Because Gary Griffith was the advisor to the opposition leader, then Prime Minister. Right? And they built a maximum security, how to put it, bought a maximum security prison, and the Attorney General at the time told them to lock them up and find the evidence after. And in so doing, when he became commissioner, he described us as cockroaches. So, if you look at that trend from then to now, what Gary Griffith did is put fear in the population. Because I heard Robert Amara a while ago describing the crime situation and parenting and this and that. And I'm saying, if these people was to get into office with the concept that Gary Griffith used some time ago on Aisha Wells' program, that you describe people as cockroaches because of their behavior, so therefore you treat them as such. So how do you treat a cockroach? You eliminate that, you crush that, you mash that up. So people had fear for Gary Griffith. It's not that people had respect the way the man conducted himself in the office. Is that one shot, one kill. And I don't think that Gary Griffith deserves my respect in the sense of Gary Griffith kept the murder rate down. Not so. What we had is more of a fear. Because at one time, Gary Griffith is not the police force. The police force make up of several different men. So when Gary Griffith come in for people, and when Gary Griffith leaves, what happened to the police service? No, Pastor Google. Sorry about that. Enjoy your day, my brother.
All right. So let's have this discussion this morning. Did you feel safer under Gary Griffith? Or do you feel as though it was just talk? I want to hear from you this morning. We're looking at the murder toll. So when you're ready to have the discussion, call me. And I want you to jump onto our Facebook Live, because I'll be looking at your comments on Facebook also. Let me say good morning to my viewer from Atlanta. Thank you very much.
There is a centrifugal black hole that we must move quick to wake their conscience and save their soul. So long we've been hearing people.
So join me on Facebook now.
Nothing.
You can also join me on YouTube.
And while church attendance real low, protest back plus them casino. While black market prices.
I'm taking your calls on 3420081 7711791 4665391 7711791. That's our WhatsApp number. So I'm taking your voice notes, taking your calls. Did you feel safer under Gary Griffith as Commissioner of Police? When you look at the murder toll and you look at what's going on, the murder toll in 2021 was 448. Also in 2020, it was 396.
Busiest street gas in our city. Killed by beasts.
And they said that there was a significant drop in the murder rate because of the pandemic.
So I pray this one infraction will propel us into action. Trend the time.
But what about in 2029? In 2019?
Cannot run from
What was the murder toll in 2019?
I'm still saying time to stand up and be counted.
What was the murder toll in 2018?
Not for jobs,
No, Mr. Griffith came in 2018.
for prostitution. While from you guys,
He was in full swing in 2019.
I go exchanging in the Gulf
And in 2020,
and
the pandemic hit.
stop them trend they go. The time is now.
And then in 2021,
Directly tell them talk is cheap. Because in the world,
you all know what happened. So give me a call. Tell me what are your thoughts. 342-0081, 466-5391.
We cannot wait for no.
Let me know what is your thoughts. Let me see if I have any voice notes. I think I am seeing voice notes coming in. I think so. Let me see if I have 2 voice notes, I believe. Let's hear what they have to say.
Pastor Google, a pleasant good morning to you, the listeners, viewers, texters on the Street 919 FM. Pastor Google, I did not feel any safer under the former commissioner, Gary Griffith. To me, according to Mr. Barataria, it was more like a fear than afraid, because most people were fearful of what the outcome he would have done to the citizens of this country and of a particular ethnic group of the country. And you see, where he lose points is with that Bayshore Bacchanal, because you're saying you are the commissioner, yet still you are setting laws for one portion of the people getting privilege, and the others you consider them as cockroaches, or your mantra as soon as they enter power or retain get that post, you send one shot, one kill. Who are the persons you were directing that message to? And it's there people start to lose trust in Gary Griffith, right? And I personally, I never had that liking for that post for Gary, because he's a person who is more self-centered and a narcissist. Everything evolves around him. And me, I don't feel the crime situation was low at no time under Gary. I locked up Pastor Google.
Pastor Google, morning. I don't call radio, but you see that man, a simple man, doing what the educated supposed to do a long time ago. Thank you, sir.
Madness, when everything fails, save us from the blindness, from my eyes, remove the scales, help me discern the road from the righteous, honest men from the thief, those blessed with a vision, from those who cause my country grief, the morally bankrupt, spewing division and lies, save us from the corrupt, time for my country to rise. This is my voters' prayer, we lean on your guidance, yeah, my voters' prayer.
So yesterday we were stunned, we were shocked, we were taken aback, we were all, saddened by the murder and death of a mother of 2 40-year-old woman leaving home, found herself flagged down by a gentleman. A gentleman would have flagged down the car and shot her 3 times, close range. And day before that, we heard of the young lady, Miss Kojo, who was found murdered. And it's as if every day now, when we pick up our newspaper, listening to the news, there is this sad expectation that you just hear hearing about these murders. But there's somebody on Facebook is saying we have our Facebook chatters, and somebody on Facebook is saying if Olia had all that sometimes you want to read these statements, but sometimes these statements are there and you look at them and you wonder the mindset of the people who sit behind those keyboards. Because and that's the difference I always say, that's the difference with certain supporters. Some people believe that if you support something, hold on to it and don't ever let go of it, die with it. Don't change your mind. Don't have no change your mind. Because people like George Wilson will come on, and they'll persecute you and condemn you and spit on you because they believe that, but you was the supporting that. And if you are supporting something and you realize that, hey, yes, I was supporting it, I believed in it, I think that it would have done its purpose, it may have served a purpose, it would have been willing to give it a chance, and if you realize, but wait now, giving this person a chance, but this person isn't fulfilling the requirements and not fulfilling the requirements of the chance that I'm giving them. What is wrong with changing your mind and saying, yeah, what now? I thought that you would have been really capable of doing the job. But after looking at you, doing an appraisal of you, I realized that you wasn't capable. What is wrong with me being open enough to say here what? I ain't believe that you're capable anymore. Hey, George Wilson, what wrong with that? So I must be, because I support Manchester United, and I see them playing some real out-of timing game. Am I not supposed to say what going on now? I can't support Man U again, I don't think they're ready. It's just like people who supported West Indies all their life. It's the same thing you will do with a human being. So you saying to me that because you support that human being, and if you realize that, hey, I may have made not a mistake, but I realize that you're not capable of doing the job, I mustn't say that I must go down dying, George Wilson. That is your mindset. Hello, good morning.
Yep. Dr. Google. God's morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good.
Praise the Lord. I want to play a little song for you. Just a little bit of it. That speaks to exactly the situation, and then I want to discuss it a little bit because I see you're not getting these other calls that you should be getting. But listen to this a little bit, Dr. Google.
I can feel your pain. Oh Lord, have mercy. People just sitting up. Someone just lost the time on his way to school. He was shot in the head. That's so cool. How many more children will have to lose their lives? Before young people wake up and really start to realize you want to give up that gun. Children, somebody give up that gun.
Right. So I don't want to take all your time, but the question is, a lot of people talking, and only when it reach home to the UNC segment of the population, they make noise. Remember Bharat last year?
Yes.
Right. That is what is happening. It's a race thing. And I think the time has come when people need to call the duck what it is. Something floating in a pond, call it what it is. It's about time they begin to see people as people and not as their race. Mr. Griffith, and I call him Mr. because I want to set an example really. But he is the one, many years ago, under the Hutsis and the Tutsis, whatever, from Rwanda, they went on the radio and they were talking about dealing with the cockroaches. That's how they call the people. They slaughtered close to 1 million. The whole thing, Dr. Google, is that they are playing with fire in this country. And we need to call it out for what it is. It is wrong. It is demonic. They have done all what they have done to see how they can get into power. They are not getting into power. So they are using their minions to do their nasty work for them. And they continue to push this racial, this bitterness, this resentment, the hatred for Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is only good when they are in power. Here, how they have come across. They went and they put coffin in front of the president. They realize, you know what? They do not have political power. They have economic power by whatever means, and God alone knows how many of them really have honestly get at. They do all sorts of things to get it. They have people, and I'm talking about what I know, who have given their wives and their daughters to get position. At one time, the people of this country, the doctors, the lawyers, the magistrates, the judges, the masons, the builders were people of African descent. And it's about time people wake up the African community in this country and let them know they do not have to go down, continue to suck their Kool-Aid and continue to abide by the things that they have been saying and doing to us. That what they try to do is to tell us we cannot do this and we cannot do that. You cannot be no doctor. You cannot be no lawyer. You cannot be no pharmacist. You have to go and look for something else to do. So they frustrate you in the university. They frustrate you in the classroom. They make sure that they put things together to keep you out. And as a preacher of righteousness, I will continue to speak against the ills that they are part of and what they have been doing. I grew up in New Grand Princestown, where I saw they use a family, 2 boys by the name of Tobies, and they have them and they'll come and they'll leap under their home. And when neighbor finished with them, she'll say, go your kapar. She gave them a 25 cents and a plate of food, and she said, go your kapar. They have been manipulating, they have had an agenda for years, and they continue to push that agenda, and that agenda is to keep everybody, they believe that they are better than everybody else. And people must know that they are not better. We are all created in the image and likeness of God. We breathe the same air. We take up the same space. The rain fall on all of us. The sun shine on all of us. We need to treat people like people and stop playing with people's lives, because at the end of the day, whatever goes on in this country is going to affect everybody. And the people who are going to lose the most is the people who have their businesses and the people who will not. But you see, Dr. Google, if you remember a few years ago, one, they put a senator inside there who said castrate the people of the East-West corridor. Number two, they went to Canada and they said the African men were raping the Indian women. How could you, as people of African descent, continue to suck their Kool-Aid and not realize that it has repercussions? It have to stop. What about the drink with Ramsaran, the worker who was working there the other day? What about the woman who went to the doctor and what the rant that the doctor made? These are things that we African people do not hate. They are not racial, but it's about time we become truthful, loving everybody else as we love ourselves. Time has come when we need to say enough is enough. You have Mr. The acting commissioner of police, I forget it, Mr. Jacob. Mr. Jacob is trying his best. The police, our service is trying their best. The police cannot be everywhere at the same time. They are constantly asking the citizens to give them information. And if they do not trust the police, they could go to 555 or they can go to 800 tips. Right? Right, Dr. Guga?
Yes.
Sure, they can go anonymous and give the information so that at least, listen, the guns that are coming into this country, they're not coming in by it's human beings bringing it in. And it's people who are in customs, people who are in different areas of the country, whether it's in Coast Guard or wherever, they are turning a blind eye and allowing these things to come into the country. Why the UNC does not get together with the government? You know, everybody that say, well, the government should get together with the UNC or the opposition and they should put away their politics. The government is trying to say what? All right. And Mr. Griffith was right there and he was talking about the judiciary. The judiciary is rotting with corruption. Where the judiciary, you have people inside there who, if they wave 5 fingers, they mean $5,000, and all of these different set of things that is going on. Why they cannot do the diligence? The Bible says in Habakkuk, the law is slack and justice doesn't go forth. And that is what's happening in this country. How many of them have been charged for all kind of white-collar crime, and you hear about it during the politics, and that's it. Where the judges and all of that, but you know they could bring case when they're ready. Some of those so-called senior counsels, they could go to the Privy Council and get a case in the morning. Or they could go to the appeal court and get a case. Or they could go to this one and get a case. They could go to San Fernando and get a case. But the fellas who are in prison for their cases, you cannot call. You keep putting it off. 7 years, 5 years, whatever. Justice? Brother, by the grace of God, it's only God. Those of us who know Him have to put our face on the ground between our knees and cry out that God will have mercy upon Trinidad and Tobago and turn this situation around. We have to pray for those who are in authority. We need to pray for Mr. Jacob and they, so that they'll be able, and the police officers will give them the support that they need to get out there and deal what they have to do. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity and reminding people give up that gun. Thank you, sir.
From the deep, be trustworthy and conscious from those who will cause us grief. Oh yeah, the morally bankrupt, in their mouth truth dies like flies. Save us from the
safe and relaxed professional massage therapists and nutritionists. Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons